What happens when the ultimate agent of chaos goes head-to-head with the absolute formula for control? When an unbreakable mind meets an unstoppable force? This isn't justice, it's a war for the soul itself. It's a philosophical showdown between the Lord of Apocalypse, Darkseid, and the Ace of Knaves. The Joker. Darkseid has finally got his hands on the anti-life equation and unleashed it on Earth. So, what is it? It's a mathematical proof that completely eradicates free will. Think of it like a metaphysical virus that proves to everyone who hears it that their existence is totally futile. It turns heroes, villains, and regular people into mindless puppets, all dancing on Darkseid's strings. The equation is supposed to be absolute, but there's one mind out there so fractured, so unpredictable, that it might just be the one bug in a god's perfect program. So today, we're asking, can the Joker actually trick the anti-life equation? First, let's really get into what the anti-life equation is. Don't worry, you don't need a calculator for this. Think of it as a weaponized, cosmic truth that, once you hear it, convinces your very soul that life is meaningless, hope is a joke, and freedom is just an illusion. It doesn't just persuade you, it rewrites your reality, making you a willing slave because you've been shown there's nothing else worth being. We've seen its terrifying power in huge comic storylines, like Final Crisis, where it spread across the internet and brought the entire world to its knees. It enslaved billions, including some of DC's most powerful heroes. It's the ultimate expression of order, through pure tyranny. The equation doesn't just break your will. It proves you never really had one to begin with. It targets the core of a person, their fears, their hopes, their sense of self, and just hollows it all out, leaving nothing but devotion to Darkseid. So, what happens when this perfect, logical system of control slams into a mind that has no logical center to begin with? The Joker isn't just insane. His mind is a hurricane of broken thoughts and punchlines. Telepaths who've been brave or foolish enough to enter his psyche have described it as a sanity-shattering trap. He doesn't run on the same operating system as everyone else, not on fear, desire, or self-preservation, the very things the anti-life equation is built to exploit. Here's the theory. The equation tells you life is meaningless. The Joker's probable reaction: tell me something I don't know. He already thinks life is one big, cosmic joke. The equation tries to fill the void inside a person with devotion to Darkseid. But with the Joker, the void is the point. How can you enslave a mind that fundamentally rejects the very idea of order and meaning? It's like trying to run Windows software on a computer made of laughing fish. The code just won't compute. While the equation has conquered gods and heroes, it needs a stable self to grab onto and dismantle. The Joker might not have one to grab. This sets up an incredible paradox. The universe's ultimate tool of control might be totally useless against the one man who has zero control over himself. So who really breaks first here? The equation or the clown? Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you're enjoying this comic book thought experiment, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because there are two wild ways this could play out. The first is basically a stalemate. The anti-life equation washes over the Joker ... and fizzles. Nothing happens. He isn't enslaved, but he doesn't exactly trick it either. He's simply incompatible. He'd probably just giggle, finding the booming voice of a dark god trying to prove life's futility to be the punchline of the century. In this scenario, he's not immune because he's immune, because he is already broken in a way the equation could unpossibly comprehend. He's a chaotic variable that can't be solved. But there's a second, and honestly, a much more terrifying possibility. What if the Joker doesn't just resist it? What if he hijacks it? He hears the mathematical proof of ultimate despair and thinks, now that's a great bit. He might even pretend to be under Darkseid's thumb, only to use his influence over the mindless hordes to create a more artistic brand of chaos. Imagine an army of the enthralled, not marching in neat, orderly lines, but painting giant smiles on everything and causing mayhem in Darkseid's name. We have a blueprint for this. In the Emperor Joker storyline, the Joker tricked the fifth-dimensional imp, Mr. Maxispec, into giving him 99.9% of his reality-warping power. With that cosmic upgrade, he effortlessly embarrassed Darkseid, mocking him for his obsession with the anti-life equation before turning his attention to torturing the universe. It proves that when you give the Joker ultimate power, he doesn't want order. He wants a bigger, better, and much crueler punchline. In the end, the conflict between the Joker and the anti-life equation is a battle of cosmic philosophies. Darkseid's tyrannical order versus the Joker's absolute anarchy. The Joker's mind isn't a shield of willpower. It's a chaotic void where the logic of gods and monsters simply falls apart. He might be the one being in the entire universe who couldn't be convinced that life is meaningless, because for him, it was always a joke to begin with. But what do you think? Is there any other force in the DC universe, any other idea that could stand up to the anti-life equation? Let's get a discussion going down below. Thanks for watching.